First, you have to install the Node.js. If Node.js is not installed, go to the website Node.js and according to your operating system, check there and download and install it. After installing the Node.js, create a folder called Node app. Listen properly. Go to the Node.js website and download the Node.js according to your operating system. Install that. After downloading the Node.js, create folder Marn. Under the Marn folder, one folder called Node app. And under the Node app, Marn is the folder. Under the Marn folder, one more folder called Node app. And under the Node app, install following. So these two are the folder. The Marn is the one folder, Node app is another folder. Node app is inside the Marn. And under the Node app, you open the CMD and install following. But before that, Node should be installed. Hope we are going to do that. Let's do quickly. Names are in the list, 15 names are there. Only 6, 7 have joined. Again, after 1 month, they'll say I have not joined. I have not attended. No. Whoever have done last time, don't do that. Whoever have done already, they should not do this. The people who are logging today, they need to create the Node app folder. We will work first on the Node part. Then we'll come to the Node API. Then we'll come to the Node Express. Then we'll come to the REST API. First, we'll get the idea on Node first. So if you have done the setup and all, don't do anything. Three people have messaged, they have not done setup and all, they should do. Please don't send those error message in the chat. You install it properly. Success also you send entire in chat. Failure also you send in chat. Why that? You know that installation happened, then why you send that, Mantis? The Kustav right? Kustav, I told you first we install the Node.js. Without installing the Node, you started installation of this. I asked you first download the Node, install it, and then do this. After installation of node, you have to do this. Node was installed, then in the Mac computer, you have to run with the sudo command. Sudo space npm install something. Everywhere you have to add the sudo. If you have the Mac computer, you should not know how to install it. In Mac, some specification will be there. To install something, you have to do like this. How to create folder, how to give the permission to the folder. Those things you should know. Happen? If node was installed in the CMD, you can check like this. In the CMD, you can check like this. Node space minus B. Happening? Using this command, you can check the version of node. Node space minus B will help you to find out which version of node is installed. If this command is working, then you can install the remaining. Installing. Install magazine on one. Install the space on. Okay. That way you install the remaining code. So I hope Kajal Patnaik doing the same. Then Pawan Kumar have done. Rudra Narayan, for your installation is done, all node and all. Pawan Kumar, for you have done. Bhante is okay done. Doing okay. Okay, please do that quickly. Folder mark, folder, node app folder. Under the node app folder, we need to install this. We install all three codes. NPA. You are written NP. M you have missed out. NPM. Okay. So let's go now. Till where you installed? Till here done. At least this first one is installed. Okay, fine. Now go to your this folder. Which folder is? You have created folder Node app, no? Node app. Node app. Some people have created the Node Express API. Correct? Node Express API. We have last week we have created React app as well as Node REST API we have made. Node Express API we have made. So first, sorry, we will be doing some exercise in this folder. Okay, Node API folder. Okay, like Node API folder will get some idea, sending the response, receiving the response. Those idea once will come, then we'll play with the array little, then we'll play with the multidimensional array, then we'll play with the JSON parsing. Only getting the data from the node to HTML, node to HTML. Okay, those idea will come, then we will integrate with the Express. And after that, using Node and Express, we'll create the actual API. Okay, we'll get idea. So we'll go to this folder. Open your VS Code. VS Code we can open first. You have Visual Studio. Open that. And in VS Code, you can go to the open folder, and from open folder, you can select the right, this one, Node API folder. Node API or Node Express API, whichever you have, you select that folder. Right, that file will load here in the left hand side.
Recording in progress.
Okay, the file will load in the left hand side. One file I have created this file last week. Not last week, last to last week. Last to last week. After that, last Saturday, 10-15 minutes, correct? We have done the installation, and then after that something. Okay. This file only. And last Sunday we have not attended. We have not. I was little disturbed here there. Okay, right. So next, what we will do is under this folder, we'll create the files, and then we'll implement and we'll see one by one, step by step. VS Code you open. Okay, load your that folder, Node app folder. Also थोड़ा help कर दीजिए. Okay, next after that, in this folder, Node React app folder, correct? In this folder, we will create a file. Start from the page 2.js, page 2.js. Page 2.js. VS Code. Now in this file, app page 2.js file, inside the node what we have, inside the node we have a lot of modules we have. If you remember the React, if you remember the JavaScript, in React, I guess everyone has gone through the React. Whoever is logged in, almost everyone has gone through the React. So in React, what you have seen is, you have seen like we used to import React router DOM, We used to import the bootstrap. We used to import something CSS. Okay. So when you import React router DOM, what is the sense over there? Okay. What is the sense? What is the logic behind that import? Right? Just simple understand, like a module is exist somewhere else. You want to use that module. Now for that purpose, we import it. That is called as a import React router DOM from React router DOM. Correct? React has router roots and all from the React router DOM. Similar way we write React import bootstrap from the bootstrap. It is nothing but one source is exist, and that source we want to use inside our project. For that purpose, what we do? We import it. Okay. Coming to the node side. Okay. Coming to the node side, inside the node, we have so many modules are exist. So many packages also you can say. Or you can say library also you can say. So many modules, so many packages, so many libraries are exist. For what purpose? For different work. Like suppose if you want to play with the read file operation, writing inside the file, reading from the file, updating inside the file. For that, we have the models. Model instance what? Functions are ready. Okay. If you want to communicate with the server, you want to create a server, for that modules is ready. If you want to make kind of a REST API, for that multiple modules are ready. Similar way, when you want, you can fold that laptop. Okay. Similar way, when we want to send some response to the front end, module is ready. Module is nothing but you can say function and library. That is what is a module. So in Node, when we come, instead of writing the code manually, we will be using a lot of ready-made functions. We will be using so many existing functions. Okay, those functions are going to help us to make our we can say code level very easy. Another thing, I guess I have explained you last week, or maybe I have not explained. I don't remember that because I was in disturbed mode. So it is going to happen like this. I was searching this one paint. Okay, not work in this way. Just I'll guide you quickly. This is the user. This is the front end technology, and this is the back end. This is the database, and this is your Node.js. This is your complete Node.js. Here you can see complete in between. So what I now where this is the user, this is the user, and this is your front end. This is your front end. Front end can be any technology. This is your database. This is your database. Now here will come the Node.js. Here will come college Node.js. Node.js will come here. So your front-end technology want to communicate with the database. Front-end technology cannot deal with the database because there is no such feature. So what will happen? User will come. User interaction will happen to the front-end. Then you will ask in front-end which will play the role. I have given already example many times photo. Who will play? HTML will interact with the user. Correct? In between what will come? Browser will come. Correct? Okay, so I'll do one thing. That point I'll not confuse you. Okay, so assume this becomes a browser. BROWSER. This becomes your browser. And here is the user. Here is the user. So user interaction is going to happen with the browser. User interaction is going to happen to the browser. Browser interaction will happen with the front end. Okay, front end technology right here. Technologies, front end technology. Now this front end technology need to take the input from user and display the output to user. So front end will take the input from user via browser. After that, front end technology can process the data 70-80%, 10-15% will not process by the front end, 10-15% will be processed by back end. Now front end taking the data, process the data, given the output to user. Then for a storage purpose, this is called a storage. Storage. Database is nothing but storage, where you are going to store your data. So what will happen now? This front-end technology deal with the Node.js, and Node.js will deal with the which one? Front-end technology to give the data and take the data. Now Node.js will take your input, something like this. You can see here. I will make a very good circle here. You know. Okay. After that, this front end, the Node.js will deal with the database in the term of sending the data and in the term of receiving the. Just I have made a rough photo. Okay. In between, you see this star why I have made. A star I have made like this is kind of rotating star. Let me cut little. This is one cutting point. This is another cut point. This is another cut point. This is another cut point. And this is another cut point. And one more cut point is here. You will ask why you have made the cut point over there. This cut point why I have made. Because Node.js, whenever any user will come to your website, and the backend is how much busy, Node.js will not mind on that. Node.js will come, okay, you can give your request. Like this star what I have made, this star is kind of a rotating star. This star is always, which one? Running star. Okay, it's kind of a running star. Always it will be rotating. Okay, now a user will come, give the input. Input will go here. And input will go under the process. Okay, and maybe while processing, it will take some data from the database. It will give the data to database. Again, after processing, output automatically will go to where? User. Again, next input will come. Next input will also take the Node.js. So at a time, Node.js, suppose 100 user will come. 100 user will give the 100 input. Node.js will not say user number 1, I'll take your input, user number remaining 99. You wait for some time. Who? Node.js. Node.js is like, at a time, I will take all the requests. At a time, I will take all the requests. Your data will be processed and you wait for some time, you will get your response. Now, suppose you go somewhere, go to a shop and they will take your request also, they'll take my request also. Everyone request they'll take. Okay, they'll start processing, means they'll start taking the item. Okay, so what you will do? You will wait for some time. When you come to the shop, at that time, you will not feel like I'm waiting. Correct? Because immediately they taken your request. You will not feel like I'm waiting here. Later, you will wait for the output. See, it is not like immediately they'll give the output. You have to wait for output. But when you wait for output, you will not feel like I'm waiting for the data. Because when you came immediately, your request is taken by someone. You will feel like my data is processing. And human mentality will feel like, yes, something is going on, I have to wait for some time. And when you went to the shop, if no one is taking the request, you will feel like these people are not responsive. Correct or not? Node.js also do like this. As soon as your request will come, Node.js will say, no, there is no waiting system. As soon as you come, you give the request, I'll take it. And I'll give in the backend, people are there. They will process your data and they'll give you back. Okay? Understood? Related to that, one very good video is there on internet, in YouTube. One person has made the video, that video, 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖗𝖓𝖌, one Taklu person is there. You can search today in the YouTube, 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖗𝖓𝖌 Node.js introduction. Okay, 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖗𝖓𝖌 Node.js introduction. He has made a very good animated photo. Animated. He has explained also as well as he has made an animated photo. That animated photo will guide you to understand quickly what I'm trying to say now, because I don't have animated photo. Okay, so that animated photo will help you better. But it is Node.js how it. Suppose if at the place of this Node.js, if the PHP will be there, what PHP will do? Suppose I click on submit button, my data will process. You will also click on submit button. Your data will process after my data. Your request will not be taken immediately because my processing is going on. Okay. You have to wait because the server will say at a time I can process only one. I can do fast, but one by one. Okay. Node.js will say I can take all the requests together. 100 user come and click on submit button together. I'll take everyone request. Okay. Because in background, I have a lot of people who will process your data. Who will say Node.js? PHP, other language will say, no, I can take one and I'll do fast, but other has to wait. Okay, so in other backend language, the waiting system is there, whereas in Node.js there is no waiting system. Okay, because of that, what will happen? Node.js, using Node.js, you are not going to create a web page. Using Node.js, you are going to process the data in the backend, and it is called for network call. Node.js is for what purpose? Network call. Network call means when the request will come, Node.js is not going to collect the data from user. Node.js will get the data from the front end. That is called what? Network call. Network call will be handled by Node.js. Okay, if anyone asks why you can't use the Java and PHP and Python, why not Node.js? You can say simple, in Node.js, there is no any waiting system. Okay, if you are unable to explain the technical word and all, say like in Node.js, there is no any waiting system. Whenever any request will come, 1, 2, 100, 200, 10,000, no problem. At a time, Node.js will take all the requests. Whereas in other language, there is a waiting system. Other language will say, wait, I'm processing one. Once I'll finish the processing, then I'll take the next one. Okay. Now come next. So what we are going to learn? We are going to learn this middle section. Middle section we are going to learn. Okay. The middle section we are going to learn. In the middle section, we have to start from the very file number 1, how to print something, what to print, where to print, how to start server, how to run the server, those things. Okay. वो वीडियो मैं आपको लिंक भेजूंगा आज, ठीक है? I will send that video in the you have marked group, no? Evening time I'll send you the link. Okay, it's a 20-30 minute video, you can have a look. Very clean person.
Okay, please tell me what is the getting of data from
which one? This one.
The data which comes from backend to backend, not which the collection of data network.
Network call. No, Node.js is used for the network call. Network call, CALL. Okay, Node.js is not to create the web page. Node.js is for the network call. Then the people ask, what is the network call? You can say it used to process the data in the backend. It has no any waiting system. It processes all the data together. It takes the request, all the requests together. Other language will ask to wait for some time. Since one process is going on, Node.js will allow to take all the requests at a time. Okay. Then you will ask where is the express is, right? I will come to know. Okay, I will come to that point where is the express is. Come next now to the page2.js file. Okay, in page2.js file, we are going to import a module. Module name is called HTTP module. There is a two type of module, HTTP and HTTPS. HTTPS will work on secure server and HTTP will run on unsecure server. Okay. So since our local computer, there will not be any concept of HTTPS. It needs the SSL certificate, then only HTTPS will work. So we will use the HTTP module. Okay. HTTP module. With the help of HTTP module, we are going to create a server, and that server we will set a port number. I hope you remember the React. In the React, when you start the React development server, some port number will come. What is that? 3000. Correct? When you use the live server, 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖗𝖚 live server or JSON server we compile 1, 2, 3 for port number. 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖗𝖚 live server, when we run, it will come 5500. Okay, your Skype will run on some port number. Your you can say every server, whichever the server is available in the market, all the server required a port number. Okay, when you install the Tomcat Java in your system, it has a port number, right? Apache also, when we install a web server to run the PHP platform, it has a port number. So every server, okay, whenever we install any server in the system, every server need a port number, right? Now the Node.js, what we are going to study, after a few days we will understand. Hold on, wait, 1 minute. Okay, I'll show you this. You are also going to install after 2 days. I'll show you. Node also run in the port number. Okay, the port number, what is that? You can see here. 27017, right? This is their default port number. Which one? MongoDB. MongoDB port number this is. Okay. While using the connecting with the MongoDB, MongoDB will have by default this port number. Correct? When we will create the node server will have their own port number. Now we are going to create the file. In that file, we will create which one? Server. So there we will give our own port number 111.222.333 like that. Okay. So every server will have their own. Okay. So come down to this file. Page 2. People ask also in interview, what is the default this one port number of MongoDB? Okay. What is the default port number of which one? MongoDB. You can see here. 27017. 27017. The Mongo Compass. It is the Mongo Compass. You can see here MongoDB localhost running on 27017. Okay. Okay. Now come. So we will be importing this module. Not let. Okay. Const. You will ask why const? Because you are going to create an object of a particular module and that object should not get changed. Okay. HTTP equal to require. REQUIRE. Require is nothing but in the React we write called import. Import meaning is what? Bring. Correct. Similar way here, require is nothing but you are calling. Okay. You are calling a function. You are calling a module. Module name is HTTP. Okay. Next, after that, HTTP dot create server. HTTP dot create server. So we write document dot get element by ID. Remember document dot get element by ID. The document is nothing but a class name. Correct? There you write called get element by ID is nothing but a function. Similar way here, HTTP become a class name and the create server become a function. Okay, right. Now inside this function, we have to pass the parameter, and after that, let's write here HTTP dot create server. Inside that, the first will be called function. Is called a callback function. Inside the function, you have to put two parameters because you are creating a server. Server need input from where? Client. And after taking the input, server will reply the output. That is called a response. So when in this photo, when front-end technology will send the request to node, that is called a request. That is called a request. Here, called a REQ, request. Okay. And when the node will reply something, that is called a response. Request and response. So while creating the server, we have to create two variables. One variable to take the request that will come from the client, and another variable as a response that will reply to the client. Okay. Curly bracket open. So server is created. Server is ready to take the input and ready to give the output. But this server want to know what is my address? What is my address? How anyone will call me? When you open the infocampus.co.in, how you open? With the help of domain name, right? That domain will have a port number. Domain will have a DNS server. Then only find the file and display the home page. Right? Similar way, the server is created. Now server is asking from you, now how you will run me? How you are going to call me, correct? So for that, we will call at last a function saying called listen. Listen. Okay. So when the server is created, and for this server, we are saying like the server, your URL will be as it is, but you have to execute on port number, any port number you give inside. Okay. Any 4 digit. Any 4 digit. Understood? So what is the first variable? Request. What is the second variable? Response. Correct. Request is nothing but your ear. REQ is nothing but your ear. It will listen something. And second one is which one? Response is nothing but your mouth. It will say something. Correct. One is to receiver. One is called a speaker. Okay. The first one becomes a receiver. Second one becomes a speaker. With the help of a speaker variable, we can say something. With the help of receiver variable, we can receive something. Okay. So from the front end, the request will come always in the form of JSON. From the front end, request will come always in the form of JSON. What this backend will reply, that we have to decide. Okay. The front end is going to send the data always in the form of JSON. Okay. Front end is going to send the data always in the form of JSON. Now the backend has to reply something. So question is what backend will reply? How the front end will come to know what reply will come? Correct? The front end should know what reply is going to come. So maybe you have remember when we have learned the Ajax, that time I used to say for 200, 200, 200. Okay, response is nothing but 200. 200 is nothing but when a client will send a request to server, server will receive your request. After receiving the request, the server will acknowledge you saying like, I received your request. Correct? You send something somewhere, till the date reply will not come. How will come to know your product is delivered or not? From there, some reply will come, then only will come to know delivery happen. Right? So in that case, server will listen your request. And as soon as the server will listen the request, immediately server will say, yes, confirm, I received your request. Then again, it is the server, it is not a human system. So how the server will inform you? Okay? Right here. Okay. Right. So as soon as the server will receive your request, because server is only one and client is how many? Unlimited client. Correct. PhonePe server is only one. And how many users? Unlimited. Everyone is balance check. Everyone will say hi. Everyone will message. Everyone will. WhatsApp server is only one and user is how many? Unlimited. Correct. So server only one server has to answer to everyone. Okay. Right. Come now. So let's go here. You will write here request is to receive the value. Okay. You have to write here called response. Response dot write. Write head. Write head. Write head function represent before sending any actual data to the client. Before sending any actual data to the client, you are going to send some kind of acknowledgement saying like, I received your data, I received your request, and I'm going to send you the response, and the response type will be JSON or text or HTML. That who will inform? Write head function. Write head function, what is the use of the write head function? The write head function is going to inform to the client that the server has received your request and the data is going to come in the form of JSON or it is going to come in the form of text. Okay, so let's write here. Write head, inside that you will write first how much? 200. And after that, curly bracket. And inside you will write content hyphen type, colon, text slash plain. Text slash plain. What does that represent? It represents like the server is going to send the response in which format? Text format, complete text format. Okay. At the place of plain, if you write for HTML, then the client will understand data is going to come in the form of HTML. And here we'll write text slash JSON. The client will understand data is going to come in the form of JSON. Hope you remember in the React, when we have gone through the page function, sometime we used to write .json, sometime we used to write .text. Correct? Why we write .json? Because the backend is going to return the data in the form of JSON. Sometimes we write text. Why? Because backend is going to return the data in the form of text. Correct? So the JSON function will be consuming your data, JSON, and converting into array object. Text function will consume your which one? Data what come as a response and convert into actual text. Okay. Come. Right here text slash HTML so that we can write both. Text slash HTML will help you for both HTML tag also and text data also. Right below. Below you will write call response dot write. Response dot H1.
HTML can work for text and HTML both. The plain text can work for only text.
Only text. If you are sending here text slash plain, the client will treat like it's only text. Okay, but when we are saying it's HTML, then there H2 also will be have like H2. Paragraph will also be have like a paragraph. Okay? Instead of HTML, we'll write as a JSON. Text slash JSON. So data will be in the form of JSON. Okay, right? Node is working. Node is working. Close the H1, right? And then save it. Write one more. Response dot write. Response dot write a paragraph. Inside the paragraph, write welcome to node file. Anything you write. It is not like same text you have to write. You can write any text you have there. Okay, written. Correct? Next, after that,
The type of file that we are sending.
This
is the type of file that we are sending, content type. This is the type of file that we are sending to front end.
Now front end will not use the JSON. Front end will use as a text. Because what you are sending? Text. Text will be bundle of HTML also as well as text also. If from here you send as a JSON, then client React has to use the JSON. Okay. Now another question for you. When any relative comes, or maybe when you go somewhere, you meet with someone, while coming time, why we say bye? At last we say bye, no? Say or not? Saying like that's all. That's all for today. You don't look back to me, I'm going forward. Correct? When we not say bye, what is the meaning? We are not leaving now. Correct? Node.js says like when the request will come from somewhere. When the request will come from somewhere from the client. We send one line, H1. We send one more line, paragraph. So client receive two response, right? Maybe both are going together or one by one, leave that. But client will get how many? Two. Till the time you will not inform to the client saying like bye, end for the response. Client will keep waiting for the more result. Understood? Client has sent you request. Based on request, you are sending some response, right? Client has captured the response. How the client will know this much is only for me? Client should know, no, this is only this much only for me. Client will keep waiting for some more data, saying like server may send some more, server may send some more, server may send some more. So client will keep waiting. So at last, when the entire output get finished, when entire response get finished, at end of the line, the node has to say end of the response. Means only this much for you. Then client who was waiting for the response, their waiting will be end. And whatever the data they'll receive, process and display to the user. Else what will happen? Browser will be waiting. Correct? Sometimes you see in the phone pay and all, when you do something, balance check or do something, you will say going on. Yes. Right? Going on. What is that? It wait for the client. It wait for the server response. Your phone pay is a client. Server is somewhere else. From the client, you have sent a request to bank. Or maybe phone pay server. Phone pay server send a request to bank. Now either bank has not response to phone pay server or phone pay server is not responding to your phone. Till that time, what will happen? Waiting, right? Till the server will not say either success or fail, the client will keep waiting. Okay. That thing again, I am going to teach you under the REST API. That is called async and await. Okay, async and await. But now, why I am going to write this line? Response dot end. Response dot end. It represents like client, that's all for you. Only this much for you. Client should not wait anymore. Client should finish the execution, and after that, stop waiting for the more response. Now each and every line you are clear. Correct, no? Response dot write head why. Before sending any data, actual data, we are acknowledging to the client saying like, be ready. I am sending your data in text format. Okay. So client will leave all the work. Client will be ready to capture the response. Correct? That is the meaning of what? Write head. Write head function acknowledge to the client in the beginning of the response, saying like, client, be ready. I am sending the data in this format. And then client will come to know based on this 200 saying like, request is received by the server and my processing is going on. I should be ready to capture the response. Second line, you are sending some data to client. Third line also you are sending some data to client. What about the fourth line? In our day-to-day life, we say bye. Similar way, Node.js is saying to the client, that's all. This much only for you. To whom? To the client. Okay, so client will understand, okay, no need to wait for any more data. This is the only display to the user and finish the work. Last, listen, 1111, what is the meaning? It represents like a server is executing and the server address is the particular and it is running on port number 111. Correct? Now we will compile this file and we'll see what is the output. So for compilation purpose, I will suggest you open a separate CMD under this folder. Okay, so wrote everyone. Let's come now. I hope each and every line you are clear on this. Okay. Go to this particular folder where you have created the file and open the CMD. And in that CMD, not using the node command, using the node1 command. You will ask why node command, why node1? Because when we run through the node command, let's see that. Instead of speaking so much, implement and understand the difference. Okay. Write node space. What is the file name? Page 2. .js. Enter. Node space page 2.js. It will not print anything here. Okay, it will not print anything because I have done any console.log here. Then what it will print? It will not print anything here. Now this file is compiled. Let's go to the browser and check on this port number. http://localhost:1111. Just open this URL. Open this URL and see now. Are you able to see any output? Yes. You should say yes no in the chat. Run the page, and is that showing anything? Go to the browser and run like this. Localhost printing. Node is working. Welcome to node file. Okay. Super. It is printing the right commands. Say yes or no. Why your reply made so complicated? Say yes or no. Simply. Okay. Come next. After that, which command we have run? Node. Go to your file and add one more h1. Add one more h1 after paragraph. Print something. Node plus express plus Mongo. Node plus express plus MongoDB. Okay. Just save the file. Save the file. Okay. Save. After saving, go to the browser, refresh the browser. Any changes? No. Changes will not happen. How changes happen? Because when you have written the code in the beginning, after that you compile the code, correct? The current output is coming from previous compiled code. Whatever the code you have written now, it has to recompile. Then only output will come. Again, we have to stop this and we have to recompile. Then only the second line will reflect. Else it will not reflect. This is the problem of node command.
We have to close this safely.
No. Stop this and then run. See what I will do. You saw, no? Whatever the code we have written is not reflecting in the browser. Reflecting? No. Because this output is coming from the previous compilation. We have to recompile again. Then only the new output will come. So for that, what we have to do? We need to stop it. Control C 2 times. Press Ctrl C 2 times. लिखो ना पहले देख लो आप. You see and understand why to write that. Okay. Stop that. Ctrl C 2 times. Ctrl C happen. Again run. Node space page2.js and refresh your browser. It will come. Node space page2.js. Refresh your browser. This will come. Coming? So what we understood? If you are using the node compiler to run the compile our page, we have to compile again and again. Whenever you do the code changes, you have to compile. Correct? As a developer, you will always do the changes. Correct? So this becomes a double work. Correct or not? So instead of this, we will use the node-mon. The package what we have installed node-mon, it is kind of a live server. Whenever you modify the code, automatically recompilation will happen. And recompile, just you need to refresh the browser. No need to go to the CMD. Okay. So let's stop it. Stop it. And come to your code. Add one more H1. In that, just print only MySQL. Print only MySQL. Go to CMD. And instead of node, you will write for node-mon. N-O-D-E-M-O-N. Node-mon. Space page2.js. Node-mon space page2.js. Enter. Enter. Something like this. Yes. Refresh your browser. Newly changes will come. Newly changes will come. Go to the page. Add one more H1. Write inside HTML. Go to the browser. Refresh your browser. You can see node-mon recompile happen automatically. Okay. Go to the browser, refresh your page, HTML will come. No need to look into the node, the CMD. Just refresh the page, you will find HTML appear. Again, go to the code, write one more H1 anything, something, bootstrap. Save the file, refresh your page. It will come because node-mon will keep watching into your file. If any changes happen, immediately, as soon as the changes will happen, immediately your page will be compiled. Page will be compiled. Because of that, why we have used the, now you come to know why we have installed the node-mon. Node-mon we have installed so that it will reduce our effort of compiling again and again. We don't have to compile again and again. Compile once, and after that, just to keep writing the code and refresh your browser. Write the code and refresh the browser. Write the code and refresh the browser. Automatically, it will happen. Clear for everyone? Two people are active today. Remaining all are no answer. Ask anytime, no issue. They will not reply. Finally, tomorrow they will not log in. They will say I was confused. When is the next batch? Say something, yeah. Person is speaking in front of you. Not only one time, multiple times. Reason to ask again and again that you should not miss the track. You should be on the track. For that purpose only I am asking again. Okay, let us come. If working, then very good. As soon as error will come, you ask me, I'll guide you. Okay. So we understood this in this file, everything, all line by line, as well as node-mon why we have used, why not node. correct? Node command will also work, but node mon will recompile automatically. We don't have to compile manually. Okay, let's leave this file, come to the next file. Page 3.js. Page 3.js. You will feel very interesting if you are attending the regular class. Else, there is no way apart from confusion. Confusion is fixed. Confusion is fixed. Okay?
More confusing.
No one will confuse if you understand. Okay. So, understood? No. What I'm trying to say is confusion is confirmed. Confusion is confirmed. Okay. Confusion is confirmed when if you are not regular. If you are not regular, confusion is confirmed. But if you are regular, you will feel very interesting once the REST API will come. Or once we create the API under the Node.js. Now also we are creating API only, but it is not professional API. Just we are learning that page wise. Okay. Once we create API, and if you are regular, if you understand everything, you will feel like, oh, I can create individual application. Because you will have idea on backend how to create API, and you are already aware of front end everything. Correct. So you will create the front end, and according to that, you will create the backend. Correct. And you will write your own API and communicate all the time. Okay. So maintain that one point, that is for your regularity. Okay. And follow along with me. Definitely you will become very good in the front end and back. Page 3 file, we require the same thing again. You write first 2-3 example, you write manually. Okay. Const HTTP equal to require HTTP module. Next, come inside, right below, HTTP dot create server. Inside that, a function, first is a request, and second is a response. After that, inside, you will do something. Last, we will listen port number. Let's keep same port number, 1111. Okay. Next, after that, come inside a response dot write head. Inside the write head, you will send call 200, and after that, you will write next call content type. That is called text slash. Which one you will follow? Text slash. Okay, let it be HTML only. One to one example. Right. At last, also you write response dot end. So client should not keep waiting for your remaining other client. Hope ready. Come inside. Create an array now. Okay. Create an array. Let book list equal to anything right inside. HTML, CSS, React, Node, Express, Mongo, one more thing like JavaScript. Okay, done till here. Now there is a two option. This is the server, correct? Like this server is running somewhere. And suppose in your website 100 users will come. That is called client. Server is one place and the client is multiple places, correct? Now from multiple PC request will go to this file. Give me the book list, give me the book list, give me the book list. Okay. How many books you have total? 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7 are there. Right? 7 are there. Now suppose 10 users are requesting to this file. Give me the book list. Now two logic will come. When you want to give the book list to client, first option, run the loop in the backend. It's array data, right? Run the loop in the backend and create the paragraph and list of paragraph sent to the home client. Client no need to run the loop. Client will capture all the paragraph and print inside the page using inner HTML. So where the loop will run? In server. For one user, how many times the loop will run? 7 times. How many total users are there? 10. Assume 10. So for one user, in the backend loop will run 7 times. For second user also the loop will run 7 times. For third user also the loop will run 7 times. Like for 100 user, loop will run how many times? 700 times. So how many server? Only one. How many client? 100. Now when for every client you are making the loop in the backend, then the backend will be slow. Reason is what? Client is 100 and the server is only one. How fast it will do no matter, but definitely it will become as a slow. Because loop is running where? In the backend. Another logic. Instead of running the loop in the backend, in one shot, whenever the request will come to this file, this server, in one shot, book list in the JSON format give to client. You are not running the loop. As soon as the request will come, you take in the book list in the form of JSON and send together 7 record to whom? To the client. Now it is the responsibility of user computer to receive the data in the form of JSON and run the for loop and generate the paragraph and display the output. Where? In user computer. In client. Two scenarios in front of you now. Scenario number 1, if you are connecting me properly. Scenario number 1, you are running the loop in the backend. Server, that is only one. And scenario number 2, you are running the loop in the user computer. So question is, how many user computer? 100. Correct? 100 or not? And how many server? Only one. So if the loop you are running in the 100 PC, definitely burden will divide. One burden will divide into 100 pieces. Individual will feel comfortable. And the all 100 burden if you give to server, server will feel overload. Understood or not? So if you are doing the processing in the back end, your application will be slow. If you are doing the processing in the front end, because there is an individual PC will do their own loop. The work will divide in 100 parts. Correct? Your loop in your PC, my loop in my PC. If my PC is fast, I will get the fast output. If your PC is slow, you will get the slow output. But loop will not run in the server, loop will run in your PC. That is called user computer. Correct or not? You understood? If the processing will happen in the server will be busy, user experience will be bad. If the processing will happen in user computer, server will be fast. One individual PC is slow, that is his matter, because his old PC is old PC. Correct or not? For this purpose only, the concept of front end and back end is popular in the market. If you are doing the processing in the front end, application will be fast. User experience will be better. Same server will work for unlimited users. But if you do the process in the back end, n number of a strong server will become slow at one time when the high traffic will happen. Because of this reason, what you are doing, you are not going to run the loop in the back end. You created the array, this array you will convert into JSON and he will send the single sort data to the user, saying like, you take your all the record and look in your list. I'll guide you in the both way. Now in this file, I will process this data in the backend, and process data will send to the front end. And in the next file, we will do the processing in the front end. Okay. So now we are going to send the data after running the loop. And in the next example, we'll send the data directly JSON. No need to run the loop here. Okay. Okay. So run the loop now. So booklist.map. Booklist. Booklist dot map function I have used here. Book name I'll take, as well as I'll keep call index. Next, after that, see, if I'll tell you, if you have not understood those entire explanation, understand in this way. Okay, go to the college to fill the form. One clerk is there. One clerk is there, and 100 students are there. And the form has to fill. Now, if clerk will fill the form for individual, how long it will take? 1 week will happen, no 1 week, because server is only one and client is how many? So many. For all the same process has to done one by one. Now same clerk will do, take one form, take one form, take one form. They'll distribute 100 form to 100 user, and they'll say you fill and give me, fill and give me. What will happen? Within 10 minutes, entire form will be filled or not? That is called client side processing. And when the clerk will fill the form, that is called server side processing. Understood? Client is, student is 100 and the clerk is only one. It will take time because he has to do one by one. How fast is no matter. Whether he listen from the ear and give the output from mouth, that is the next matter. Okay, but it will take some time. Okay, right? Similar way, server also work. Server will say, I will process, it will take time. Individual has to be patient and wait. Okay, if you want fast, take input from me, you process. Take input from me and you process. Okay, that is called a client side processing. Okay, so this loop you are writing, it is called server side processing. You are forming the output in the backend.
Client side processing happens only to note of other language.
All the language. Whoever language will write the API everywhere. Okay. Client Node.js will not do the client side processing. Node.js will process your data and give the data in the form of JSON. Your JavaScript has to run the loop, that is called client side processing. Or React has to run the loop, that is called, in the React you run the map, no? That is called a client side processing. In JavaScript you run the map, that is called a client side processing. Okay, now what we are doing, we are writing the map under the node file, that is called server side processing. Okay, this map we should not write here. This map we should write where? Under the client. So that next example I'll guide you what to do that. Okay. Now write here console dot, not console dot log, response dot write. Response dot write. Okay. Open a paragraph. Inside the paragraph, write the book name. After that, close the paragraph. Close the paragraph. And finally, end is written in the last. That's all. This will give all the response to user. Whichever the book it will generate, all will get printed. Book list or map. At last, we are sending for end. Just only response dot write. Okay, so it is going to send n number of paragraph till the number of length we have inside that. Okay, hope written. Let's come to the CMD again. And in CMD, which file is compiled? Page 2. Okay, you have to stop it. Because page is changed now, so we have to stop it. Control C 2 times. And then node mon space page 3. Node mon space page 3. .js also you can write. Refresh your browser now. It will give you a list of paragraph. All the books will get printed. Refresh it. You see, all the paragraphs are printed. Right? Inside the array, you add a new element and then see. That will also come in the browser. Inside the array, add one more element called PHP. You will find that will come inside the browser. Just refresh the page. It will come. Refresh your page, it will come. Okay. But the processing is happening where? In the server. Where we are running the loop? In the backend. Like suppose this file we upload on the server and everyone will open the website and run this URL. Means for you also loop 8 times. For me also loop 8 times. For every individual request, the loop will be 8 times. Okay. So if for individual request, the loop is running 8 times and 100 users come together. So 100 into 8, 800 times the loop has to run in the server. That is only one server. Okay. Now, next example will guide you. Instead of running the loop in the server, whichever the data you have in the form of array, convert into JSON and in the single shot, all the records sent to the client. Saying like, take your tension and do the process in your system. Okay, so JavaScript or React will capture the response in the form of JSON. And JSON, remember, we used to follow the JSON after that array. Then it will return in the form of array. There we run the loop and display the output in the browser map function and all. Use state here, there, everything, right? So in that case, the loop will happen in the client computers. And in this case, loop is running in the server. Okay, right? 100 user burden, only one server is one PC is handling. Server is also PC only. Okay, server is also computer only. Right? So in this case, 100 user request, only one computer is handling. And in that way, 100 user request will be handled by how many users? That's it. So, किधर भैया? उधर तो नहीं यार, मेरा ऑफिस थोड़ा आगे शिफ्ट हो गया है. थोड़ा सा आगे आइए ना, आयकता मिलेगा. आयकता 150 कला मंदिर के साथ. हाँ, डाउन में तो नहीं आएगा भैया, हम क्लास ले रहा है अभी. ऊपर आ सकते हैं क्या सेकंड फ्लोर में? आप एक काम करो, आप हमको रिक्वेस्ट भेजो, कैंसिल का मैं ओटीपी बता देता हूँ. आप कैंसिलेशन का रिक्वेस्ट भेजिए, ओटीपी मैं बता देता हूँ, कैंसिल कर दीजिए. क्लास छोड़ के हम नहीं आ सकते हैं. अभी 50 लोग क्लास में है, मैं बीच में नहीं आ सकता हूँ बाहर. हाँ, भेजिए 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 ओटीपी. एक मिनट बताता हूँ आपको कैंसिल का ओटीपी. ओटीपी है 1511. ओके, थैंक यू. ठीक है, डिलीवरी जब करने जाते हैं तो गवर्नमेंट नहीं है ना. यू आर नॉट अ गवर्नमेंट, राइट? यू आर टेकिंग द मनी फॉर दैट पर्पस ओनली एज अ डिलीवरी बॉय. व्हाई कस्टमर विल गो टू द ग्राउंड फ्लोर? इफ यू वांट टू कम द, we'll buy tomorrow from same website. We'll ask come here. If you want to come, then we'll pay elsewhere. Delivery boy, he is taking the money for delivery only, correct? If you are, this is not a higher priority product. If you come, then we'll buy. If you are not come, then go. We'll again order tomorrow. Same thing, you only come tomorrow again. If you are not able to come on second floor, again we'll cancel. Okay, again go back. Next day come, again will not come. I have cancelled this the second day. Same person. Same person. Same person. Yeah. उसके हम गुरु है ना. उस मान लीजिए कि see the next day he will come. Today again evening we'll order. Day after tomorrow he will come. I will ask, come in the second floor, I am in the class. Okay?
पार्सल का पैसा नहीं
ठीक है, why नहीं है तो जाए. ठीक है. System is designed in such a way that you are a delivery person, you have to deliver to the location. Okay, right? You will say like, I have lot of parcel, I can, there's no problem. You carry this also together. Remaining you are handling, no, carry also this also. If you don't want to reduce your burden, carry this till again soft. Okay, come next. So running, right? Copy everything, paste in the next file. That is called page 4.js. Page 4.js. Page 4.js. Okay. Page 4.js. In page 4.js, everything will be same. Here you are not going to run the loop. What you are going to do? This book list is in the form of array. You are going to convert into JSON. Let JSON data equal to JSON dot stringify is a function. Stringify function will convert from array to JSON. Okay, we can write here array to JSON. Array to JSON. Right after that, in the last, response dot send. Response dot send. Response dot send that JSON data. JSON response dot send. Now recompile this file and see what will happen. Page 4.js you can run and see again.
वो वैसे रहेगा टेक्स्ट फॉर्मेट एचटीएमएल
Which one? This one? No. This has to be converted into JSON. Text/JSON we have to write. Text/JSON. Text/JSON. You have to convert into text/JSON.
JSON data is the user data.
It's normal variable. It can be anything. Right, now go to the CMD again and Control C, page 4, enter. It is going to give the response to the client data in the form of JSON. Okay, something went wrong. What is the error here? Okay, send. We should write college write. Response dot write. Response dot write you can use. Instead of send, you can use call write. Response dot write. Okay.
Format of JSON.
Data came in the format of JSON. Data came in the form of JSON.
JSON promise function no front end also.
In the front end, if you are using through the fetch function, we have to receive this URL, and after that, after receiving the response, we have to convert into response.json, and after that, then function will give an array, and then that array you can give to a state, and a state will bind inside the map, and after that, it will print in the browser. That is the work of which one? Front end. See, node will be very clear if you know the front end technology. Node is not clear, will not clear if you don't know the front end. Now you have not written the React code, but still you are feeling what I can do in the front end. Correct or not?
Yes.
We are feeling what we can do in the front end.
Yes.
Correct. Those what we have written in React and all, now connectivity is happening. Oh, it was coming from the source like this, so that in the destination we are doing like that.
अभी पता चल रहा है कि
.json क्यों लिखते हैं? Why we write? Because here before sending you converted into JSON. So there you have to capture in JSON, then JSON will return as an array. Okay, and if you send from here as a text, there we will capture in text function, and text function will return as a original text.
Yes.
Okay. Look like interesting?
Yes.
So today we'll leave here. Tomorrow we will work on next level, little complex area. Okay, complex part in the sense we will create one more file for the array of object. And this array of object will be integrated with the front end. But in front end, as of now, we have set up the React project, right? So in React project, we will be running now from tomorrow two server. One will be the backend, another will be the front end. While writing here, we should know how I can use in the front end. Then only proper connectivity will happen. As the front end and back end will be just a surprise. Okay, so we will be connecting both React and front end. Okay, React and back end both will connect.
So both will be interconnected.
No, not both the server. This will be a separate server. This is running as a separate server, and that front end will run as a separate server. It has their own port number. Which one? 1111. React will have their own port number. So the front end and back end will be in your server only, in your PC itself. Your PC will run the back end on 1111 port number, and your PC only will run the which one? A front end. We have ordered, but he was not able to deliver here. He cancelled it. He came, then we can take it. I asked him, I'm taking the class, how I can come down? Okay. He is here. Okay, then we can take. No problem.
But since the data in the format of JSON, so we are using the JSON. We are using the HTML when I writing the previous pages.
So, say I change the page and HTML. Say,
Yeah, because there is no HTML tags. So, HTML tags like T1 and H1 तो which tags are मतलब वो में मतलब that would have been if I written in H1 then it would have been bold. If I written in T tag then it would have been but HTML is to follow the rule of the HTML. Answer this product.
Okay, so hope we have understood something. Next, what we'll do, you should not be absent. Okay, I told you not to be absent. Okay, if you are absent, then it will be just a surprise. See, a Node.js is not such a big difficult, plus MongoDB is also not such a difficult. It is very easy because you know already JavaScript, you know already JSON. JSON server we have made many times. How to store the data in JSON object, nested object we understand, right? Exact same thing is going to happen in the MongoDB also. Okay, and it is very easy. Like if you remember in the during React Live project we have gone through, we used to fetch one product details from the from the JSON server, localhost :1234/1 means it will display one product, correct? If you type question mark name equal to Apple, it will display only Apple. MongoDB also going to work like that. It is just program based, and that was only JSON based. Here we have function. To find one, we have to use a function. To add one, we have to use a function. JSON object remain same. Okay. Two-way I'll guide you. If you are not going to use the REST API, then how to create the API and call it. If you are creating the REST API, then how to create that. Okay. So it will become very good. Nearly 10 classes if we attend, 10 classes. In 10 classes, you will become very good. 10 classes, not 20 classes, only 10 classes. 10 classes means how many weekend? 5 weekend, 1 month plus 1 week nearly. In that, you will become very good from React to till REST API. React till REST API, okay? Okay, so tomorrow what time we log in is? Tomorrow we will log in somewhere 4 o'clock only. 4 o'clock to till 6 will continue. Today I'll leave little 10-15 minutes because in one day only if you learn a lot of things, you may feel overload and tomorrow you will feel like it's difficult. Okay. So, okay, fine. Join 4 o'clock tomorrow. Brother, you have a knowledge on this one? React?
Recording stopped.
Okay, thank you. So hope all are there in the group, right? If you are not in the one group, you can message me. I will add you. This is the number 8792462607. In this number, you can message me. I will add you in the group. If you are not in the one group, you can message me. I will add you in the group. I will add it. I will send you one URL evening time that you can have a look into the video. It will be much helpful for you. Oh, he is not made me the admin. Oh. Notes. For which one? Notes. I will send you some URL. You can have a look. Okay, notes theory. Implement first. Implement first. Basic things. Function one. I will send you a link, video link. Video link that is not my video, someone else's video. I've seen some long back. It's available in YouTube. He has explained the how node works because it that one no that animation what he has created, that animation clear the concept. Okay. That I will send in the group. Kirtana add me as admin. Okay, thank you. You can log out.